All right, everybody, welcome to the Extreme Website Makeover with Duda Editor 2.0. Nat
Thank,
Rosasco from Olive Street Design and Anath
thank,
Abenzour from Duda. I'm in Chicago right now, where we just had an ice storm overnight, so it's awful here. And Anath is in lovely Tel Aviv right now. Let
yeah.
some of you comment in here and tell us where you're from, so we can take a look at that. Oh, Norberto, Emmeline, Jorge, where are you from? Let us know. Sharing is caring. Come on. Keep signing in. There's AJ. Emmeline is in France. Oh, you might know.
Oh, we have a French.
Oh,
Salut.
yes, Emmeline. Oh my gosh. All right, there's a lot now. I should have. Emily's friend, AJ,
Mexico.
Miami. Very jealous.
Wow.
Not happy with you, and you're probably beautiful there. Uh, Georgia. Sarah's from Minnesota. Alan from the UK. Hello, Alan. Paul from Chicago. All right, so you're in the same ice stuff I'm at. Lovely Terry from Duda's office in Louisville. Glad you could make it. Norberto, Monterrey, Mexico. Beautiful. We have a Toronto. They have an ice storm as well. I feel a little better about things. Rob Scuddy from Kansas City is my favorite guy on here because I've been a Chiefs fan since I was 6 years old. So Super Bowl Sunday, Rob, I agree. Go Chiefs. We have Ella from Romania. I'm 25% Romanian, if that mattered. Family's from Baimare. Another Mexico. Alana, Northern Indiana. She got ice. Emmeline says salute, everybody. Camille from Philippines. I'm thinking PH. I would have thought Philadelphia, but I think it's the Philippines. Another Mexico, Virginia, Pakistan, Massachusetts, Atlantic City, Lebanon, PA, Taiwan, Minnesota, Philippines, rainy Los Angeles, good. Maine, Johnson City, Tennessee, holy cow, Pennsylvania. There's a lot of people. We better be good today and not. That's
Wow.
all I can tell you. Madrid, South Florida. I'm just going to get them all here. Sacramento, Nikki's there. Diana from the Philippines. Yanatam, Toronto. Marie, Paris, another one. Philippe, Brazil. Isle of Wight in UK. Hello, Koo. Silicon Valley, Veronica, David, Atlanta. There's a lot of people in here. Quebec, Philippines, snowy in Maine, Utah. Holy cow. Yeah, we better really be good. Leicester, UK, St. Louis. Wow, looks good. Mars, talent into profits from Mars. Glad we have somebody that has a sense of humor on here. Felix, your Anath, your biggest fan is on here with Felix.
Thank you, Felix.
Vancouver, India, Ukraine, San Francisco. Love it. Well, I'll get started here. I'd like to thank everybody for showing up today. This is going to be kind of cool, very interesting, and some little tips and tricks. And Nath is going to show you some amazing stuff you can do with Editor 2.0. She's really good at it, and we've had a lot of success with it as well. But for those of you who don't know Anath, she's a UI lead, design lead, and product designer at Duda, where she played a key role for over 7 years. She has more than a decade of experience in UI and product design, shaping the visual and functional aspects of Duda's website templates. Her background includes studying graphic and web design in Brussels and London. Very cool. Anath is recognized for meticulous attention to detail, ensuring that Duda's templates not only meet but exceed user expectations. She leads the entire design process, from research to final quality checks, using tools such as Figma and Duda's in-house editor. Welcome, Anath from Tel Aviv.
Thank you, Nat. Thank you. I'm very happy to be here with you. And for the three people I saw who speaks French, bonjour, bonsoir. And as you can hear, my small accent. Nate, I'm sorry, I don't have your. I don't
Oh,
think you can present yourself.
you're killing me. I want to read my own. This is embarrassing.
I'm so sorry.
I'll read it in third person. No. For those of you who don't know me, I'm the founder of Olive Street Design, Olive and Ash Design, and Ballot Box Digital, three of our Duda websites that we use to make lots of Duda sites. We do web design, digital marketing, branding. We actually hit 1,450 clients worldwide, which I'm pretty proud of. And some of our clients include the United Nations, City of Chicago, Sweet Baby Ray's, and Pfizer Drugs. So I have an economics degree from the University of Michigan and an MBA in marketing from DePaul. And I live outside of Chicago with my wife. My 4 kids live around us. I have 8 grandchildren, and 1 is on the way tomorrow morning. So that's my story, and it's awkward reading it about yourself. Try it sometime. It's weird. So thanks, Anath, for leaving me hanging there. Last year, Duda introduced its most advanced editor, Editor 2.0. It was designed to help agencies create stunning, high-performing sites faster than ever before. It was first unveiled at DudaCon this past September, where Anath demonstrated its capabilities live. The response was really, really positive, with many of you asking for a dedicated session to see what this can do in live time. Well, here we are. That's exactly what we're doing today. We invited everybody to submit clients' websites for a live clinic, and we received well over 100. Thank you for everyone bothering to do that. That was really nice, and we went through all of them. From those, we've carefully suggested, by we, I mean Anath. I had nothing to do with it. It's all her. She carefully selected a few to showcase and transform live today. Can you share how you went about selecting these sites out of the over 100, and what do you think agencies will get out of this today?
So I selected like a website that has like a good base to be improved and to showcase the editor 2.0. And I think that taking like doing a makeover to a site would like benefit obviously everyone, and especially like the agency who built it and the user of the site, to improve his first of all visibility, conversion. It's like also for me very beneficial to see something that is like aesthetically pretty, but also to make it like to have a user experience much more friendly and correct. And yeah.
All right, you want to start with
Yes,
first one here?
first one. Okay, so the winner is the first site that I'm going to show is this website. This website is a textile fabric. They are leading sustainable fabrics. It's very important for them to be like ecologic and sustainable. And they are not only like they are selling their fabric. You can also order samples. So it's kind of like a store, a template. Store sites. And we can see here that there's a lot of things to improve, and it's a very interesting subject, I think. Also, that can be very pretty, by the way. So I'm gonna just start and show you what I did. I'm just going to scroll here the page just to show the homepage. So I took a few sections to redesign. I'm going to show you the result, and I'm going to rebuild together with you some section of this specific site. So here is the redesign that I did.
I mean, from what I see, just initially, because I haven't seen this until now, is it's brighter, it's whiter, there's more white space, and there's great typography. That's what I see just very quickly.
Yes. So it's exactly that. So not only I have used some of the content of the website. Obviously, I just tweaked a little bit the content, meaning the text here, to make like a good title, and also to have less text here, but having something that is more comfortable to read, and to talk about here the value and the philosophy of this specific business. So I made like a different design, and I also tweaked a little bit the content, but I kept the idea and the philosophy and the brand.
Where did you get the icons that you had on those four?
Okay, so I'm gonna show that
All
section.
right.
So I'm gonna show how to recreate actually this section and this one.
All right.
So the first thing that I want to say is here, what I rebuilt is actually the hero section here that needs to be bigger with the title, and I wanted to emphasize the fact that it's a store. They actually sell products, and the way to arrive to this product is really below in these buttons that, according to me, are not enough friendly. So I moved them up onto the hero image. Okay, so the first thing that I did, obviously, was to having my theme, all the branding, meaning the colors. So I used the same beige that you can see here, and I added some other colors that stays in that spirit in this vibe. I added like more strong color and very light color for strong messages and for CTAs. For the font, so I used a font that is like more trendy, more bold also, and that goes obviously better with this kind of business. So I selected this font that is Intertide. Intertide is a font from Google, so you can find it very easily. And I restructured the size of each font. So from paragraph to H6, I gave like new sizes. Okay, so this is the result on preview, and we are going to rebuild it together. Okay. All right, so here I'm gonna start by adding a new empty section here on the top. I'm gonna go and make this section full bleed and have 4% on the side. So I have two columns. My first column will be for the title. Sorry, I'm just going to refresh. Okay. Okay, so my title is a H1, very important for SEO to keep it H1. And you can see that here it's very tight, so I'm just going to manually make my column larger. Remove new paragraph. Oh, sorry. Just going back here. What's going on? Right. Okay. Let's just copy paste this. Okay. So I can do it manually, as I said, for the columns, or I can also do it from the size with the exact percentage that I want. So here I just do it manually like this. And here it's 100%. Okay. And then on the right side, on the second column, I'm going to add this logo. It's a very important logo here. that they have. So it's important that it's visible like right away. So I'm just gonna add an image and adding my logo. Just a second. I added all of the images from the uploaded. All right, here. Okay. Then I can make my logo. I can just keep proportion of this logo and maybe reduce a little bit the size of it. And from my column, I can align this logo on the middle or on the right or left. In this case, I will choose middle. Okay, so when I do preview, this is what I get, and I'm very happy. This is what I want. Okay. And then if I move breakpoint, because I think it's important that every section that you are building to move breakpoint, like to fix the breakpoint to make sure it looks good. So if I go here, this is what I get. So I can simply play with it. Okay, make maybe this a bit bigger. Maybe here I can remove the spacing. Then I can do something like that, or I can also decide to have it differently if I want. I can reduce the size of my icon, of my logo here, and move this to the top, and perhaps having it in the middle and having more spacing. So this is like, I think that the best way to do it is like that for me, because it looks just better. So I'm gonna keep it like that. And I'm gonna go back to the original design with my logo. Okay, here's two. Here, I can reduce the spacing between. All right. And now I will move to the mobile version. So in the mobile version, I just decided to have, obviously in the mobile, it's better to have one column below the other, to have maybe the content central aligned. And I'm going to move this logo to the top or below. I can do whatever I want and reduce the space between here and maybe have a little smaller logo here. Okay. So that's for my first section here with the title. And then I'm going to create the second section, which is actually the hero, but I made it a little bit different. So I created like two images. I'm going to show you how I did that. So I have a few ways of doing that, but the way I did it was for me the best, but you can obviously use whatever you want. I will explain. So I'm going to add an empty section. Again, I'm going to do it full bleed and have 4% on the side. So here I have two options. Either I drag and drop a gallery, and I made the gallery like two images with buttons. But here I prefer to do it like really like custom made and have my section, my columns designed very customized. So here I have my first column. So the first thing that I want to do is to add a background image. So here, I'm going to go full view, sorry, just to get this one. Okay, so these images are from Pexels, like free stock images. So you can obviously have good quality images. And I took these images because here the images are great, but the quality is very poor. So I wanted images that are more attractive. So I have this image, okay, as a background image. And then I'm going to scroll down and to go to corner radius. And I'm going to have 16 pixel corner radius. Huh. After that, I'm going to the spacing. Here I have the ability of just having my spacings locked so I can have it on top and bottom. So I'm going to have 4% on the sides. Great. And then I'm gonna add my button, right? And the button says shop fabric. Okay, great. And the button is the secondary one. And I'm just gonna make sure that the size looks good. So I'm gonna make it 250 and 55 pixel width. Okay. And now from this, I added my element, I added the spacing and everything, and I'm gonna align the elements that are inside of the column to the bottom. This way, when I'm gonna make my column bigger, my section bigger, the element that I added are always going to stay below. So this is for the first one. And I would personally go directly into the other breakpoint just to make sure it looks good. Because the next step will be to duplicate. So here it's below and it's left, it's great. And here, okay, perfect. Now I can simply duplicate this section, remove the other one, replace the image. Obviously, you need to add the link, right, to the button. And if you have a store, you can have a link to the store page or to the category page. And I will have this, and I added product. Okay, so why did I select the two images? Because one is for shopping the fabric itself, and one is for shopping products. So I think it's important to make it clear that it's two different, let's say, categories. So it's a good way to sell it. So here I'm just going to reduce here the percentage, and here also the space between the two. So this would be the result. And here also, this would be the result. So if I move breakpoint now, I'm good. And here as well. So that's for the first section. I don't know if we can ask if people have questions so far, or we continue. Okay, let's continue. Okay, so I think it's very important to have, right after the hero section, a small explanation of what we're doing, okay? Maybe something a bit more detailed, but not too much text. And you did not see duplicate. I will do it again. Here, duplicate. And then I just changed the image. Okay, so here we are going to use duplicate, so you're gonna see it. Okay, so the second section is also two columns. So we are gonna start by adding a new empty section here. Okay, with two columns. Okay, we are going to set it as full bleed and 4% on the side. Perfect. And I'm going to start by here adding a text, which is actually a title that explains what they do. I'm going to add it as H2 because we're already not in the hero section. I'm going to make sure that it's sticky to the top. And I'm going to add my paragraph. Okay, perfect. And then I'm going to add a button. The button that says, see our impact. All right. And then here, if you see the design that I created, I want my text to remain on the top and my button to remain on the bottom. So I have a way to do it. I have this alignment option to have space between, right? So space between will ensure that all of the elements are spaced between and on the sides, top and bottom of my column. But my problem is this. This is in the middle. So to avoid that and to make sure my button will always remain on the bottom, I'm going to add inner column. And in my inner column, I'm going to put my title, put my description, and we're good. No matter what I'm going to do, if I make this longer, the button will always remain on the bottom. And now inside of my inner column, I want to make sure that I have space between my elements. Sorry. And we have a brand new feature that allows us to do space between inside of inner columns, which is something that we couldn't do before.
Nice.
So now much easier.
Yeah.
All right. So this is for the first one. All right. And then in my right section, it's more complex. I have more elements. So I'm going to make sure that my section is set to stuck vertically. And I'm going to start adding inside of this section an inner column. This inner column this time needs to be horizontal aligned. In this inner column, I'm going to add an icon. This icon will be this one. By the way, this icon is our icon from the library of Duda. So we extended the library of Duda of icons. So we have a lot of icons. So I just like typed recycling and I selected this icon. I'm just going to show you.
That's a real nice addition with the icons and that.
So you have a lot of options.
Yeah, that's great.
And also when you select one of the icon, you can actually go and see the entire collection of the same icon. So it's nice also to have if you want to have icons that looks the same. Okay, so I added this icon and I want to have the icon inside of a circle. So I can change the layout of my icon. I'm going to select this layout. I'm going to change the background to be, I think it was this one. And I want some more feature. I would like to have round, like to be a perfect circle and not just like this. So I'm just going to increase the corner radius. So it's a perfect circle. Okay. Now we have done that. I'm going to add another inner column inside of this one. So this one will remain vertical. So again, if I do my hierarchy, I have one column, vertical line, and then inner column horizontal, and another vertical. In this one, I'm gonna add a text, a title. The title will be an H4, and then a paragraph. All right. Okay. Here, again, I will be able to play here with the space between. So I'm going to put maybe just 10 pixels between them. So here, done. In this level of inner column, I'm going to reduce that to 2%. And inside of my inner column, I want to make sure that my elements are aligned left and top. You see the difference? The icon is jumping on the top. Okay, so this looks good. I'm happy with that. Now I'm going to go to the breakpoint before duplicating it. So here it's fine, but it's not, elements are a bit tight. So I have a few options to make it look better. So I will give you my option, something that I think will be best. I think what will be best is to change the layout of the section to have 2 columns, one below the other. So here I can still have my button below, but I don't need it because it's not exactly the same design. Just gonna increase here the paddings on the sides. And here I think it's fine. We can leave it like that. It still looks very good. And inside of this section, I still have 10, so I'm happy. Okay. I will move to mobile. Now mobile, it's a bit tight, so I wouldn't keep it like that. I would change the direction of this inner column to have it like that. So having it like that allows me to do maybe center the line and maybe reduce some spacing here. Okay. And this can be also centered if I want. Or maybe not, it will stay. No, let's put it centered. Okay. Okay, then I'm gonna go back here. I'm gonna go back to the column level. In my column level, I'm gonna add a divider. Okay, I will move the divider to the top, make it 1 pixel and this color. And I'm gonna add another one here. So I have inside of my column, 1 divider, 1 inner column with an icon and another inner column. And then from my column level, I'm going to reduce the space between until I arrive to something I'm happy with. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to start duplicating. So be careful. I'm duplicating 1, 2, 3. Okay. Same as for the divider. That's it. Now I'm moving breakpoint before I'm changing all the content. Looks good. Looks good. So now I need just to go in here and change the icons, perhaps changing the background color to something else, and so on. So it will look like this. That's it. That was very fast. And the secret here and the tips that I'm giving you is before, like, try to think about what you want to do before. Use the inner column. Now that we have space between, it's easier. And move breakpoint before you start duplicating, just to make sure it looks good. And then after, it's just like duplicate, and you won't waste your time. It will be much easier.
You're obviously very good at this, but you know how long that would have taken? I mean, if you're good at it, you're doing that in 5 minutes. How long that would take in WordPress? And then to do it on mobile and mobile and tablet. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Longer than that. What you just did.
Yeah. It's a nightmare when we have to make everything manually with designing, like all the breakpoint. It's very complicated, frustrating.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Right, AJ. Ew, WordPress.
No, of course. And so this is what I wanted to rebuild from this site. We're going to move to another one, but I just wanted to mention that another thing that I added in this site that I think is important is, so I kept like the message of the co-founder that I think was interesting. And then I think that what was missing in their site is like some section with actual product to understand, like, okay, maybe top selling fabrics, maybe what's on sale, something to showcase what they actually sell. And I think it's important to have some product gallery here. So this is for the first site that I've redesigned. All right, Nat, we can move to the next one.
All right, we'll go to Biz
To yoga?
Bolster.
We can go to therapist or to yoga. Whatever. What do you prefer?
Well, let's do therapists.
Ale.
Just as a note here to everybody, as she's getting set up for the next one, is we're talking to the Duda team a few days ago and talking about how often we redesign sites for clients, and I think that's a really good question because sometimes you don't want to bring anything up. But what I've also found, and I'm sure every single person on this call, they talk to their clients and they'll say, yeah, you know what, I had 5 or 10 or 15 different agencies talk to me about rebuilding my site because we could do it better. And what we try to do is we try to take it like every 2 years and kind of do an audit. And then we go back to them and say, would you mind a minor refresh? And normally they're going to say yes. A lot of times we'll charge a few $100s, and other times we just do it for them. And why do we do it? So they stay with us forever. We do this to remain sticky. But if we had to redo this in WordPress, I couldn't do it. And we've got our guys that they're so quick now, we can take a 10-page site and give it a facelift in 90 minutes to 2 hours. And it's worth our time for that to continue to get hosting and add on services and do bookings things and ADA compliance and things like that. So we try to be proactive with a positive.
Yes.
AJ asks Anath, how long does it take to plan that out?
To plan what? The previous site?
AJ, can you get a little more information on that? What that is? We don't know. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. So to plan the redesign, so it took me about an hour, something like that. I used like some section of Duda, by the way. You just need to screen like the site and see, okay, what's the important information and what I want to say. And according to that, you see, okay, it's a store. I have two main categories. I have two main call to actions. This is what I need to emphasize. And I take like inspiration from many places. And in no time, I can like just, you know, thinking about something to redesign and how it can look better. And to actually build, it's quite quick. You saw that I did it like 20 minutes. So, all right. So let's move to the next one. I will answer the question a bit later. I'll just like get to the second website. So this website is a site for counseling mental health. So the website has a lot of text and big buttons, but it's not very inviting, and I think we can make it look much better. So this is the result.
And I'll tell you, this is a great example because the original site wasn't bad.
No,
It was
it's not
pretty
bad.
good. It was better than most, but this elevated it even further.
All right. So here, what I did is I tried to take obviously the branding, the logos, and the colors. I slightly changed the blue to another blue, and I added more colors because everything is white and blue, and I think it's a bit hard to read. It's long text, infinite text, and it's hard to read and to actually understand directly what we want and where we need to go. So here I added a new font. It's a bit similar to what I did. It's kind of it's part of the makeover of the site. Obviously, we'll start from colors, fonts family, font size. So I chose here a font from Google Font named Bricolage Sun. So for paragraph and for titles, I kept the blue, but I added some beige on the background. Another salmon beige to have a transitional color, and the white, obviously, and the blue. So here I added a hero image that is divided into 2 columns, where in one side I have a text, because here there is a lot of text on top of the image, and I felt like it was maybe a bit too tight. So I separated them. I made some space around it, and I think it's more readable here. As well as the header. So I added in the header a button for appointment and also for calling for the number. And also button for booking an appointment, again on the hero image, and a button that is inviting to go to actually see the services, because this is what we come from. We want to know what type of services they offer. I mean, consulting. Counseling, sorry. So I will rebuild together with you this section. So I'm gonna show you the before, and we're gonna build together at the after. So this is the before. So it's a bit hard to like, we can make it look much better with images, with real text, because this is an image, it's not even text, and I think it's not good for SEO as well. And to have it like as a consistent section together with the title. So the result looks like this. All right. So we are going to recreate that together. So here, I'm not going to do the title again because I think you understand, but it's actually adding a section, adding a title, and a tagline. The tagline is always paragraph, because it's not good for SEO to put an H above the H2. So I'm going to show how to do the below. So I'm going to add an empty section, and I have 3 columns here. So I'm going to add just 3 columns, and I'm not going to put it in full bleed. I think it's fine to leave it like that. Just going to add some paddings on the sides. Okay. I'm going to reduce the space between to be 2%, maybe 3%. Okay. The first thing that I'm going to do is adding white color to the background of my column and some corner radius, 20 pixels. This is the first thing. And then how am I going to build this? I'm going to add an inner column on the top. I can remove the padding that I have inside of my column. Inside of my inner column, I will add a text. So I'm just going to copy the text. So counseling for children. I'm going to make it an H3, right? And some paragraph, the age 5 to 10. Okay. Now inside of my inner column, I'm going to add some spacing. So maybe 4%. Sorry, 4, not 22. 4%. I'm going to make sure that everything is aligned top, and I'm going to add also 4% in here. So I'm in the inner column that is inside of my column. I'm going to go back to my column, and I'm going to add an image. What image was it? The little girl. Okay. All right. Again, the little girl needs to also have rounded corners. So 20%, 20 pixel and not percentage. And I'm going to reduce the size of the little girl to be like that. And another thing that I need to make sure is that my elements are spaced between, meaning that if here I have more text, my picture will always remain on the bottom. So kind of the same principle of what I did before. I'm just going to increase it a little bit. Okay. So this is for the first one. I can also reduce the space between the text, the title and the text. Okay, now what we do, breakpoints before duplicating. First breakpoint tablet. Okay, so here it doesn't look perfect. Okay, I think it can look a bit tight. So here, the first thing that I can try is to reduce the size of the image. Okay, but still looks a bit tight. Okay, so maybe I want to have it like this. Okay, but not the best either. And maybe I want to have it like this. Okay, can look nice. And maybe here I can have my image sent, and here the text can be like that. I think it will be better. I can obviously change direction if I want, but it looks just better on tablets than having something very tight like that. And then I will move to the mobile. I'm gonna make sure I have a smaller size for here. Maybe some more padding here. Okay, and maybe I can have, no, I'm fine, it's good. Okay, now that I'm happy, I can start duplicating, removing the other one. Okay, and now I just need to change images and text, and we already have better design here, something more inviting, more bright. Once I have that, I want to do the second column. Well, it's fine. So just making sure this looks good and this looks good. I can also maybe change the space between here, my columns, if I want or not, here as well, before duplicating the section. I'm gonna make sure that this section has 2% below, and I'm gonna copy and paste the section. Here, I'm gonna have, you know what, 0. Okay. Done. Now that it's done, maybe I will want to link these columns to the special service, to a certain page. So today, the option that I have to do it is to have maybe the link on the image, but very soon you're gonna have the option of having link to the column. So the entire column will be linkable. So meanwhile, you can just use zoom out just to have an effect of, oh, it's clickable, there's something happening. And then we're just going to go to manage image. And if you scroll down, you have link image. So you can just link the image to any other page. The page is empty because I didn't design the rest of the site, but this is the idea.
Anath, can you go to the mobile version of that? Because Raj had asked, the stack cards on mobile are not ideal. They take up a lot of real estate.
They
Is
take
there another
what?
way? It said, can you make them swipeable? Is there another way to do this so that it's
No,
not
I
taking-
can't make it swipeable. Not yet, but we'll do it like soon, but not yet. We can't make it swipeable now. But something that you could do maybe for mobile version, I think, is maybe hiding the image meanwhile.
Yeah.
And it will take less space. It's an option.
Anath, are you a designer or a developer? What were you first?
First, I'm a designer.
Okay, I think this is a really important point because of
Yeah.
these things you're pointing out right now.
Mhm.
Is when we started the conversion from WordPress to Duda, I had a bunch of developers and then designers who did things in Figma and Illustrator and things like that.
Mhm.
Subsequently, over 5 years, everybody on the team was a designer that learned Duda.
So here, the person in Duda who are building template are designers. They're not developers. We're all designer. We have like it's important also to have a design eye a little bit to start like creating template to offer to people. So yeah, and but both can actually work on the editor, like developers and designer. But it's so friendly that um, I would say anyone can just like build on
Yeah.
Duda. But we have a lot of inspiration to take from. So the way I build this section, you can also on Duda actually just select from the design section. So you have a lot of options now that you can choose from with lots of sections, and you can just use them to build columns, to build services, to have text. Like there's a huge library. So I'm really inviting you to use it. Um, and also it's like already like the breakpoint already fixed, so shouldn't be a problem. Is there any question on that, or I can move to the last one?
We move on.
Yes. All right. The last one is a yoga um, uh, yoga studio. So as you can see here, they have kind of a very long header, like a very high header with long sentences. They have a hero image, but we don't exactly understand what's going on. They don't have a title. They have two offers, two buttons with two offers, and then you scroll down. They have images. Only here you understand what's going on here. So this website has had like some kind of a makeover, but not only in the design part, but also a little bit in the UX. So this is the result. So you will see a lot of these, but these are like very trendy nowadays. But you can definitely remove the corner radius if you don't like it. But this is the idea. So what did I do here? So first of all, I took care of the header. So I added here a header with an image. So we can make it a slider with lots of image, but I used the one that I think is nice, but we can have more. It is for the hero image. And then here, I made the navigation a little bit more friendly and less like full of a lot of like pages and items. So we have here home page, the about, where we have about the two places, where here it's one next to the other. The classes, you can also have a drop down with all the classes. The teachers training, because they have like three main categories in this site. They have classes, yoga classes, teacher training, and workshops. You have also a page for the pricing and contact, where here it was much like lots of information in the header.
Yeah. And
And
that
then I
that is
can,
a new, Annette, that is a new trend, putting the navigation over an image. And
yes,
it's really cool and it
yeah,
looks so clean.
yeah,
That's a new trend and that looks great.
yeah, definitely. And we can do it on Duda, so it's great. I'm going to show you how I built this. And also the value here that the offers that they have here, I made it here in a stripe here. So we can have more text, we can have two offers, we can have a slider. So it's nice to have it somewhere. Usually like the promotions are in the header or somewhere on the top to promote the actual offer. and not having these buttons in addition to a very important button, because at the end you want people to be able to schedule a class and to join and to be member, to start their membership inside of the studio. Okay, so here I will show you how I built this. I also reduced this. I slightly changed the message that they want to say here about them and their philosophy, reduced it to something more minimalistic, because actually what they want to say is that you are in a community, it will do good, it will be good for your mind and your body. And I reduced it in this, and obviously you can have the text in another page more detailed. And so I moved this to the top, and I add this welcome message, obviously here below. I kept it as is, just with the title, and then I thought that it's important in this homepage to actually understand what they offer. So the 3 categories that they have is classes, workshop, and trainings. I mean, trainings for teachers. So I thought that this is a better way to understand what they do and to promote what they do, and to get actually like users. All right, so here I'm going to show you how to reproduce the first hero section. So I'm going to add an empty section, and I need just one column, so I'm going to remove the other one. In the section, I'm going to add an image. So it's this one. Okay. I'm going to make this image parallax. So I will have this small, nice effect here when I scroll. I'm also going to add a background overlay, a black one, with 20% of opacity, so we can actually see my text on top of it. I'm going to have a big padding top and bottom. And in here, I'm going to start adding my text. So here, the title is Find Balance and Serenity. Also, I looked for a good tagline for this, like not tagline, but for a good title for this site, because there were no titles. So I thought that this one can fit. So H1 here, make it white, and align the element inside of my column centered. So here I'm gonna add some description also. Okay, and a button, and I have 2 buttons. So here I'm gonna add an inner column that is horizontal with 2 buttons. One button that says schedule a class, and the second one, I'm going to duplicate this one, and the second one will be secondary button and join member. Okay, reducing this, having everything aligned middle, this also. And now I'm going to be able to have space between elements. I'm going to add 2%. Okay, great. Now I'm going to remove that just to show you how I did this. Okay. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to move it to the top because I'm working with that one. Okay. So now I'm just going to go to the header. I will scroll down on the design panel and I will enable overlap first section on page. That's it. I'm going to make sure that the header overlapped background is transparent. And that's it. It works. I'm going to move breakpoint. Just need to make sure that I have enough top spacing, top. and on the mobile as well. And that's it. I'm going to remove this one because it's confusing. Wait a second. Ah, Up. All right. So this is my first hero section. All right. So I think that we're almost like the end of our webinar. I can pursue, but I think that it's already late. So if there's any question, or if you want me to rebuild something, or if it's the time, so please go ahead. I will be happy to answer.
Parallax on mobile.
The which header font?
Oh,
from the one from the yoga. Marie française. I don't know if she will answer. Okay, so just saying to Marie that the font here is Marcellus, and it's from Google Font.
Okay, great.
Yeah, and the one from here, the one from this site was Bricolage Grotesque and DM San, and here it was Intertight. That's for the fonts.
Nelly said, do you recommend script fonts for headings? What's your view on that?
If I recommend what? Script font?
Fonts. Script fonts.
What do you mean by script fonts for headings?
Let's say, I'm wondering if that was, yeah, well, help us. Oh, Nelly.
Okay, I don't exactly understand.
Cursive.
Cursive. Not especially. Look here, the branding that you are.
I think like never.
No, I don't think never, because in this case, it's like
no, but that's not a script. That's.
It's like with serif. Is that what you mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
This is a serif font.
Right. And I think it matches the branding too, right?
Exactly. It really depends. But nowadays, that's true that the trend is without. But still, you can have elegant font with serif, so you can use it.
Yeah. Yeah. Good point. Well, that kind of wraps this up. And what I think will come out of this is Anath needs to do Extreme Makeover 2.0.1. I think she needs to do another one of these, because this is just scratching the surface of these awesome things. Once you learn them, you can do so many things you couldn't do before. It's very cool. So I will have to say thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We hope you've gotten some great insights to level up your clients' websites, ensuring satisfaction, stickiness, so your clients make more money. To continue learning, Duda has prepared a Duda University courses that will guide you through Editor 2.0, plus a certification to showcase your expertise. And you can find that on Duda, and there's a Get to Know Editor 2.0, Editor 2.0 for classic users, and then Editor 2.0 certification, which is very cool. So we will have to end this today, and if everybody liked this, I would think so, because Anath just knocked it out of the park. Scream at Duda to do another one of these.
We will.
So it was our pleasure.
To go. Thank you.
Nice working with you.
Nice working with you.
Everybody, I just really appreciate how many people were engaged, and it was great.
Thank you.
We'll see you next time.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.